Today we have one of the most iconic luxury SUVs, the all-new Range Rover. In late 2021, Land Rover showed a 5th generation of their flagship SUV, and looking at it, you can tell that the design is more of an evolution, which is typical for a good-selling luxury product, and the new model retained some characteristic design elements and simplicity of previous iterations. Now, when designing the new generation, engineers did not forget about Range Rover's off-road roots. The standard ride height is 8.6 inches, but thanks to the air suspension, you can raise it by additional 3 inches for more ground clearance. The terrain response system adjusts the car settings based on the surface you're traveling on, and I bet you many buyers won't even test all capabilities that this thing offers. As of January 2023, the new Range has 3 powertrain options in the US. A 395 horsepower supercharged and turbocharged inline-6, 440 horsepower plug-in hybrid with an electric range of up to 51 miles and a straight 6 under the hood, and a BMW-sourced 523 horsepower twin-turbo V8. So first, let's jump inside the new Range, here in the entry SE variant, and talk about the interior space. The cabin of the new Range Rover is truly impressive. It follows a simple, clean design of the exterior, and it's one of the best in the segment in terms of the materials used. Once you step in, you will feel a very rich smell of leather and notice an extensive use of aluminum, wood, and other beautifully appointed high-quality materials that are very well put together. The PV Pro infotainment system has a clean graphical interface, supports wireless Apple CarPlay and Android Auto, and is relatively easy to use. The optional Meridian surround sound system fitted on my tester was okay, but it's not gonna blow your mind like Bowers & Wilkins in a Volvo or BMW. Typically for a Range Rover, the driving position is pretty high and you have a good command of the road. The optional 24-way adjustable front seats are super soft and offer a ton of adjustability, as well as multiple massage modes for your back. Now moving to the second row, as a full-size SUV, the new Range Rover offers plenty of space for the passengers, and the rear bench is electronically controlled because why would you have a manual adjustments in a Range? Lastly, the trunk. It offers 40.7 cubic feet of space behind the second row and 82.5 cubic feet after folding the backseat down. Alright, so that was the interior of the new Range Rover. Let's get it on the road now and see how it drives. So, what is it like to drive the new Range? Well, as you can imagine, it's a luxury, comfortable cruiser in the first place. You feel completely isolated from the world that's around you, and driving it requires minimal effort. Everything, including gas pedal, brakes, or steering, is tuned for comfort, and a 4-wheel steering system massively helps maneuvering this thing. The ride quality is very good. The air springs and adaptive dampers are standard, and while the suspension does pretty well over most road imperfections, I did notice a little too much NVH when hitting small, sharp bumps or potholes. The 22-inch rims fitted on my tester definitely didn't help. Now, the driving dynamics is the last thing that matters in the Range Rover. It's a pure luxury SUV that has to take you from point A to point B in the most comfortable conditions possible, so elaborating on a numb steering or body roll is pointless. What I can tell you though is that the Range Rover corners fine and stays surprisingly stable on highway ramps without feeling like it's gonna flip over. My tester was powered by a 395 horsepower supercharged and turbocharged inline-6, which surprised me in a positive way in every single aspect. The engine has a very smooth characteristics, and you can't even tell when the transition between a supercharger and a turbo happens, to the point that I didn't even know that it was twin charged. Despite being the entry-level powertrain, the unit coupled to an 8-speed automatic and a mild hybrid powertrain system gets the car going and returns acceptable fuel economy for a full-size SUV. I averaged 16 miles per gallon in the city, 26 on highway, and 22 combined. Now, when it comes to driver assist features, the Range Rover is loaded with them, which is kind of expected in this segment. You get an automatic braking with pedestrian and cyclist detection, adaptive cruise control with steering assist, lane keeping assist, blind spot monitoring with rear cross traffic alert, traffic sign recognition, automatic high beam, front and rear parking sensors, and a 360-degree camera. So that was the all-new Range Rover. With everything we covered, let's jump to the conclusion. The Range Rover has always been a definition of a luxury SUV, and it quickly became a status symbol all over the world. The new model offers everything that a potential buyer wants, even in a base variant. A comfortable and refined ride, very high quality interior, and a great powertrain. It's also true to its roots and is more off-road capable than any of the competitors, but let's be real, only a small percentage of owners will take it off the road. Pricing starts at $106,000 for a base, short wheelbase SE model, and my tester, being the SE with few options listed in the description, was priced at roughly $128,000. If you wonder how I would spec out my Range Rover, click the link in the description. Thanks so much for watching, and I'll catch you later.